So, welcome back, everyone, to our 7 days of rest, day number 3. And the foundation of life that we're dedicating this to is fire. And we're here as Loving Waters community. There's some of our Loving Waters Council stewards on with us. And we're going to just start with a little water blessing, because last night I didn't record. And so it was just so exquisite. We were just deep in those waters. So tonight we're going to start with the still water meditation and have a few sharings from our Loving Waters Council. And then Elizabeth Herald will be coming forth with our water wisdom share, which is nourishing our inner waters. So in honor of fire, we'll just a little sage here. So I'm going to share the screen because we're going to share what's called the still water meditation. And so that you can actually see the words, for those of you who are here or watching the replay, I thought it might be nice. And I'm Shelley Darling, one of the stewarding council members. And just a little bit about Loving Waters. We're just here to really dedicate our love to water first. And we come together on the new moon and the full moon to greet each other, to learn about our watersheds, to discover who's in our area. Charlie's been doing a map. We've been building a map for those of you that have been willing to share where you are and the blessings that you're doing, or even to find somebody else as you're traveling. And we have lots to offer here, but tonight we're here for a short time. So go to lovingwaters.life, you can learn more, and we're going to open our blessing here tonight, our water ceremony. So as you can see, we're on the Loving Waters website, and there's a page that has poems, prayers and poems, which you can use for your water blessings. And we're happy if you send in your poems, and prayers, we can add them to the website. So tonight we invite you to place a drop of water in the palm of your hand. So I'm just going to drop a couple of drops from my water altar. And we invite you to get some water. Taking breaths. The drop that you hold in your hand is a part of the water, which was the cradle of all life on this planet eons ago. The first rain that splashed down on the hot earth to form the first sea. Each drop in sunlight has risen from the sea in countless ages. And fallen from the earth again as rain. The drop that you hold in your hand has been a prism forming myriad rainbows, has traveled underground streams, bubbling through dark caverns, the architect of cathedral caves, formed valleys, and split granite. The drop that you hold in your hand has flowed down broad rivers, has risen on the sap of trees, has been the sweat of slaves and the tears of children. It has become the foam-topped waves and deep, unfathomable depths of vast lakes and seas. The drop that you hold in your hand has been part of the great flood. It has been a dewdrop on the blade of grass, a drop that has been pounded through the hearts of whales in blood, and lain in an eagle's egg, and has traveled in the fluid of a poet's brain and dripped from the wounds of the dying. The drop that you hold in your hand has been trapped in the snows of the Arctic, reflected the sun in a desert oasis, and refreshed the weary. This drop, unimaginably old, yet fresh and new, is evaporating slowly from your hand, to mingle with the air that you breathe, perhaps, or drift in a sun-topped cloud 1,000 feet above the earth. Imagine its journey from your hand. Where will it go? You can direct its journey as it evaporates. Send your consciousness with it. It is the water of life. It is the still water. And with that, I pass this beautiful crystal to Charlie to continue the blessing. You're on mute, Charlie.
Okay, my bad. My apologies. It's wonderful to be here with each of you as water lovers around the world, and want to thank you for showing up. And for those of you who are listening, may you also deepen your relationship with other water lovers in your locality and wherever you travel. It's important that we all connect in this coming year and in the future years for the benefit of all of us. And I'm going to be brief. I wrote this 10 minutes before I came on as I was thinking about today's theme about being fire and water. So it's only a few lines. It's not one of my extravagant writings. Take a deep breath and just think about fire and water. Know that fire and water are really two important elements in all of our lives and have been since the beginning of planet Earth. And so these words flowed like water through me. Fire and water, not only opposites, but brother and sister, each bringing forth their elemental selves to both enrich and destroy. As they dance through and around all of which is presented in their paths. Yet some, without either of these, our lives would never have begun, for they are the bearers of both life and death. And unto each we must bow in deep reverence for their balancing which sustains us in a world where our vulnerability is constantly becoming visible. Thank you for the water spirit and the fire spirit who allowed those words to flow forth. And with that, my dear friends, brothers and sisters, I am complete. And I pass the crystalline talking stick. Which way am I going, Shelley? Who are we passing it to? To Shanti or Elizabeth? Elizabeth, Mother Elizabeth.
Shanti Heart.
Oh, Shanti Heart? Okay, Shanti Heart, and that's okay. Bless you, dear.
Also a mother. And that was beautiful. Thank you. And I am going to share, I have some beautiful oracle cards based on the work of Masaru Emoto, the water crystal oracle cards. And they have some of his beautiful photography work in there. So they're really not about necessarily fire and water, but I just was going to add, when you started talking about fire and water, I mean, who doesn't love a cup of tea, a bowl of soup, or a hot bath? And they all take fire and water. So my first card is self-love. And really, loving our inner waters is what this is all about. Loving waters starts with recognizing our own creation as water and loving that about ourselves and others as well. And that brings us to another beautiful image, which he titled Resonance. And when you resonate with your inner waters through your heart, which is really where everything should be informed from that origin of our waters flowing over our hearts, then we find harmony. And by maintaining those thoughts of our creation of water, flowing from our heart resonance, and connecting to our own harmony, we can have harmony with others. And that's how the loving waters keep flowing. And I'm complete.
Passing the crystal to Deborah. Don't forget to unmute.
Blessings to all that are gathered in the honor of water and for your work that you do on the planet. And from my place in the world, where the glaciers and the snow crystals hold the space for sacred waters to flow into the oceans and through the streams and the brooks and the rivers. We are infinitely blessed for this land and this space and for the waters that hold all of the life in the sea, the whales and the dolphins and seals and the waters of our sacred body that hold the mother's love within us. And the mother's love is held within the waters of the earth and the waters of the body. So in honoring to these waters, I am complete.
Thank you. So we'll pass this crystal to you, Elizabeth, and looking forward to receiving the waters song for you.
I would like to open it to Maya, if she has anything to add to the blessing first. And I don't know who's honored the earth, but if there's words that are bubbling up. You're on mute, Maya. We can't hear you. Maya, you're on mute. No, okay.
Elizabeth, we're just here to listen to you, and okay. Maya will share at the end, and Trichal can share at the end as well.
All right. Now here I have my fire and my water. So here is the water first pledge, and yesterday we spoke of cherishing water as a sacred source of all life and primary intelligence of life on earth. And today we're discussing the second part of the pledge, which is knowing that 99% of the molecules in my body are water. I pledge to nourish my own inner water by choosing healthy thoughts, words, emotions, and actions. So let's just take a minute to let that sink into ourselves. But those words, that expression of air and the water with it, inform the water of the world. Knowing that 99% of the molecules in my body are water, I pledge to nourish my own inner water by choosing healthy thoughts, words, emotions, and actions. And I would also like to add this poem, which came to me in a revelation of our oneness and how connected we all are to water and the intelligence of water. So just take a minute to breathe. Feel the sweat on your palms. Feel the saliva on your mouth. Feel the moisture in your eyes. Feel your pulse moving through your body. This is all the nourishing of us by water, by living source water. It is constant and eternal. This is called the Pool of Dreams. Do you remember the fleeting moment, barely caught, tightly spanned between asleep and awake? Just before we've forgotten ourselves into the deepest sleep, our one fluid beating heart, in a moment, glimpsing the expansive realms of our unlimited potentiality. When as our thoughts thicken, they liquiesce into shining opalescent pools and are remembered thus as dreams. As silvery beads of mercurial memories, water puddles across the stretched taut plains of our consciousness as shimmering reflections, mirrors to our own self. Come, can you recall kneeling, instinctively resting on a beautiful mossy edge of an especially brilliant indigo pool, laced through and through with the golden filigree and violet light, where as you peer into the water gathered there, you see the luminous refraction of your own face, rich and reverberant, vibrating song, and ever-changing rings of frequency resonating inwards towards our inner shores. Vibrant, sacred, wise, bubbling, and alive. You. Yet the eyes you gaze upon them are as steady as your heartbeat, still, unwavering, embracing all as our own mother, kissing you sweetly as a cherished child, a sacrament lost and now found. Do you remember the faithful? Then remember me. I am the one life flowing with you in this imperfect vision, eyes peering through the portals, pools of our own souls, beholding you, beholding me, holding all. I am crouched like a wild one, laughing joyously to have you see me, and you there on the other side of the thin and still thinning veil, peer from the raised edges into your own mossy deep pool of dreams. In welcoming remembrance we smile. As we touch our own small child's fingers gently upon these radiant reflections of self, caressing our faces transposed as our own, each reaching past the gossamer veil, beyond this vast illusion of separation, where we shed a drop of the dream upon our myriad tongues like a golden tear. tasting this specific sweetness of moisture source, we remember us as thus we are home. Clearly, it is in this pure peace of unborn possibilities we shall forever be, remembering ourselves together as one water's love, now and forever. So what this, for me, speaks to is a reciprocity. That this honoring and cherishing water is not a one-way communication. That water is honoring and cherishing us from within our own selves. We're now understanding that water holds memory. This is what Dr. Emoto showed us. And if this is true, and we are the children of water, then is it not possible that we have consciousness because we are water? When we get dehydrated, the first thing that goes is our thinking ability. We lose focus, we lose attention, we lose that connectivity. Without enough water, most diseases are related to not having enough water in our bodies, not being able to flush and clean and allow water to do what she does best for the planet, which is rejuvenate, revitalize. And inside our own bodies, as we receive water, she is receiving us. Grandmother Water is receiving us. And I say grandmother water because water on this earth is at least 30% of the water on the earth is estimated to be older than the sun. So it means that that has come from the universe, from the plasma of the cosmos, in the creation of life. And in that, we only have life. We say water is life, water is the source of life, but this is only possible in marriage, perfect union with the sun. We are on earth in the perfect position to receive the life-giving energy of the sun, of the fire of the universe. And it's that marriage that allows life to flourish so perfectly on earth. So let's just take a minute to feel that inside of our bodies, feel that vitality, that generative force of the sun, and the receptive, nurturing force of water in love with one another. And when we do, we create a quantum love, a quantum frequency that communicates with itself. And as we breathe this intention, this purpose, this commitment, this love into the world on our breath, the moisture on our breath is communicating with herself, connecting with all the water of the world. So how we treat this body, how we nourish our inner waters with our thoughts, our food, our rest, our love, helps determine the quality and caliber of life on the planet. So in this moment, we take a deep breath of all our hopes and dreams and desires for the future generations and breathe it forth as pure quantum love, as pure water in its original blueprint. and know that we are part of this watershed. Take a deep breath and breathe it forth. And give thanks to your water. With every step we walk upon this earth, with every breath we give it, we are in gratitude for the life, for the love, for the light, and call in the peace of our still, mossy green pool. I'm complete. Thank you.
So let's just continue connecting in the still water, and that stillness, the movement of water and breath, fire and air. And let's open it up to Tree Child, if you'd like to share. And Maya, we would love for you to share and read your ode to water as we cycle together in love and connection. Tree Child, I'm unmuting you if you want to share.
Okay, it's Tree Child. Can I be heard?
Yes.
I'd like to share a poem that feels like it comes nicely after the last share. I wrote, Rebirth, glorious sun streaming down, catching fairies dancing, dancing on wavelets, open I am, to the sun, to the water, to the wind, to the play of light, singing gentle breezes, I open, 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 to the arms of those whispering my name, to the hands of the circle that holds me in my power once again. I never thought I could feel so alive, so full of the present, free of the past, enclosed in a circle of shining unity. Blood still drips from the wounds occasionally they open, but are quickly healed. I revel in the tough skin over the scars, now more impervious to pain than the original fragile flesh. I revel in the dance within me, beginning to unfurl sails and fly across the water. No more fear of the once unspoken dream. Now the dream is real, and it's truly more than any imagined dream could have been. I sigh, remembering my wholeness. I am completely here now. There is no doubt I am here. The loon calls, confirming my presence, as if returning to the original birth, but not. Just now I am being birthed by the mother of all, the ancient healing waters, the sun's rays streaming down, sparking life, awakening joy, beauty, depth of aliveness. I come close to myself and hold me. I am the lover. I am the beloved. I am holding the kindness close to my heart. I receive joy, beauty, bounty, abundance. I live in gratitude, compassion, peace. I am here now, always in my heart, home. Thank you.
Whoa. This is water singing. Oh, just breathe that in. Thank you. And before we have Maya share, I just want to say one thing so that we can end with your share, Maya, and Ode to Water, and leave in that resonant field as Shanti Hart was sharing. Please put in the chat box or on Facebook, let us know your email, and so that we can stay in connection. And for those that are watching this replay, we're here every night at 2 p.m. Pacific and 5 p.m. Eastern for the 7 days of rest. Every day is just gets just deeper and wider, this river, this voice, this melody. It's so beautiful. And tomorrow, I believe Shanti Hart will be bringing her voice, beautiful voice forward. And I think that's it for now. No, not you. Oh, not Shanti Hart. Okay. Well, show up. It'll surprise, or go to the 7 days of rest or Loving Waters Facebook page and discover the way to connect with us as you sing here tonight. We're meeting, some of us are meeting each other here for the very first time as water lovers, water faithful. So with that, Maya, I pass this beautiful crystalline talking stick and complete with Ode of Water. And then we'd like to have everyone hold their water bottles up or water altar jars, whatever it is, glass of water. And we'll just close our call tonight with a simple water blessing.
Thank you, Shelley. And thank you, everyone. What beautiful flowing words. Where are you, Shelley? Tell me, this beautiful pool behind you.
Oh, Sarasota, Florida.
Oh, okay. You're there at home. Okay. And so I woke up this morning knowing that today's focus was fire. And I loved what Shanti had to say about the combination of fire and water bringing us cups of tea. And I was in the shower this morning feeling the amazing dance of fire and water, and just finding that is my most powerful place for prayer and intention. And that when I'm in the shower, lots of people sing in the shower. That's, sort of a spontaneous thing that folks who aren't even aware of the power of water don't realize that they are blessing with their vibration of their voice, the waters, and the waters are pouring over them. But I do it very intentionally. And I speak certain prayers and mantras and intentions and sing to the water. And I'm just so grateful for that time. Some people have to drink coffee or orange juice to wake up, and my wake up is the water always. And this particular beautiful season of solstice and the holidays, I was so aware also of that dance between the fire and the waters. We had beautiful full moon water ceremony by the ocean. We waded into the ocean a number of times. There were fires where we offered up what we were releasing from the old year into the fire to cleanse and purify. And there were many ceremonies, and it was just, I was just aware of that. And then so clear at night that the stars, the fires in the sky were so brilliantly blessing us. So I just feel so grateful and so aware. And also for this land that I'm in here in Southern California, Santa Barbara watershed area, we are really talking to the clouds and calling them. We're still in quite a drought. So and keep inviting the waters to come and bless us. So actually, Shelley, I'm having trouble with my tracking pad in my computer. I'm not getting the arrow, so I'm having trouble. That's why I couldn't unmute myself before. I can't go and select the poem. Do you have it up? Ode to Water. You could either screen share it and I can read it, or you could read it. My arrow, it's just not, my pointer is not working. Oh, there it goes. Oh, maybe I can find it now. Quickly.
I have it if you want it.
I can just get it in 1 minute. Huh. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So today was a day of poetry, of words flowing like water. So this is Ode to Water. How is it that you go everywhere with no obstacles but for the human made? In your softness, you swirl and slip around the hard and staid, stroke the stones as you pass, laughing at their stubbornness, seep through cracks to find the depths where darkness reigns, and scatter your diamonds in sheets of light across seas and lakes and streams. Shape-shifting into ice, you remodel landscapes like a feng shui master, move mountains and smooth out the hills, carve continents into whole new shapes. Never afraid to fall, you trust in surrender. Cascade yourself from heights that would make me swoon, just for the joy of it. And day after day, dance a slow cha-cha with the moon. And when you grow tired of earthbound life, you find wings, float angelic across the sky, masquerading as clouds. Even go so high that you merge with the sun, survive its fiery furnace who knows how. And best of all, you live in me as blood and breath and flesh, and miracle that it seems to be, you've thus learned to walk and speak and sing. And water, you remember everything you've ever been or touched, and bring those gifts to me so I can also know I am part of all in this whole vast sea, and that I too can trust in its seamless flow. Thank you.
I can just feel these inner tears connecting with the inner light. It's from the beauty of the energy here tonight. I do want to say, before we all get our bowls or cups, whatever, to complete this evening, it's tomorrow night is Watershed Wonder. It is the fourth day, which the dedication is to air, and Grandmother Abril will be with us. And then Shanti. So we're looking forward to that. So if everyone could get your bowl or water, and I'll hold this big baby up here. I couldn't help it. I found this beautiful big bowl of oh, I couldn't help it. So everyone can unmute yourselves. Elizabeth, Charlie, Tree Child, and I want
The little bowl has a complex going now.
Whoa, Earth is moving. Woo! So I just want to say, please go to lovingwaters.life@gmail, or go to the Facebook page, or personally PM me with your poems that you read tonight. We will put them up on the website, lovingwaters.life website. Deborah, if you want to write down anything, we will place it up. I'll have time tomorrow to put it up on the website. So I just feel like that's part of honoring the waters within you. So with that, we're just going to share Dr. Emoto's very simple water blessing. There's the bell. Water, we love you. Water.
Love you. Water we
Thank
thank
you.
you. Water we
Water we
love you. Water we thank
Thank
you. Water we
Water we
respect you.
Water
Water we are you.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. And also the pledge again that has been shared tonight is on lovingwaters.life, the website, and it's downloadable. And there are 5 tips of how you can use them in your community and in your water blessings with children, anything. So we love you. We thank you so much. Thank you for joining us, and we will be back tomorrow. Blessings from the 7 days of rest, and please go see what else is there. There's amazing, beautiful offerings. Water, there's still water videos on day 2. And thank you so much, Elizabeth. Beautiful Elizabeth.
Thank you.
So
Thank you all.
thank you all. Love you.
Blessings.
Woo.
Namaste.
Such beloveds.